any one of the things I'm about to tell you on a normal day would just be a devastating headline. But there's a whole list of them. In fact, I'm going to have to refer to them because the amount of things that are going on at one time is just incredible here in the United States. First of all, the US-Canadian border is essentially being shut down to all human traffic. Cargo can still go on. I can't remember when that was even last considered in the wake of 9/11, etc., etc. Also, the White House is pushing a huge stimulus plan, unprecedented in peacetime, about $1 trillion, 500 billion of which would be checks mailed out to every American taxpayer or put directly into their bank accounts, and not just one way but two, a $300 billion support package for business. And it looks like it will pass the Congress because Democrats and Republicans realize stuff needs to get done and done now. And that's quite incredible in this divided Washington. Also, as you said, new powers. The president essentially saying that the U.S. is essentially at war with an invisible enemy. And he's invoked the Defense Production Act, used in World War II to make companies like Ford to switch production from cars to tanks. It essentially puts the U.S. government in front of the line when they want private companies to produce what is needed. Let's listen to the U.S. president.
We'll be invoking the Defense Production Act just in case we need it. In other words, I think you all know what it is, and it can do a lot of good things if we need it, and we will have it all completed.
The president, by the way, continues to refer to COVID-19 as the Chinese virus and got a lot of pushback from people wondering whether that would lead to an escalation of discrimination against Asian Americans. But let's go on to the rest of the news. The COVID-19 task force here warning that there's going to be a huge jump in cases coming in the next few days because testing is starting to roll out properly. In fact, getting ahead of it, Deborah Birx said that it's going to look, everyone's going to start comparing the U.S. to Italy, which, as you just said at the top there, had its highest number of deaths that we recorded so far. Also, real fears about young people, millennials. They're seeing increasing number of hospitalizations in Italy and France, and the fear is here in the United States that could mirror, because even though they're more impervious to the virus, they are getting it more because perhaps they're socializing so much. Let's have a listen to Dr. Deborah Birx.
It may have been that the millennial generation, our largest generation, our future generation, that will carry us through for the next multiple decades. There may be disproportional number of infections among that group. And so even if it's a rare occurrence, it may be seen more frequently in that group and be evident now.
Nathan, in the U.S., one of the states hit hard is New York. Are we getting a sense what's being done at the federal level to help New Yorkers?
Yeah, this is really important. New York's cases jumped from 1,300 to 2,300 in just 24 hours. And, of course, testing hasn't been rolled out yet. The governor, Andrew Cuomo, really painting a grim picture. New workplace restrictions, no more than 50% of workers in any one place at any one time. The mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, talking about a stay-in-place order, although the governor's against that, essentially quarantining people in their homes. Also, calling for military help with health problems. A USS Mercy ship, a hospital ship, is being dispatched to New York as well with 1,000 beds. But guess what? It's probably not going to arrive until mid-April. Lots to do here, and the big question is whether the U.S. government is behind the curve or ahead of it. It's probably the latter at the moment.
All right, Nathan King live for us at the White House. Now, Wall